and this is the answers to the summary questions from Activity 1. So for this first question, I answered that an object's motion is affected by an interaction because speed or direction will change. Then for part A, I answered that every time, as we observed, every time someone's hand came in contact with the cart, the motion and speed would increase at a drastic rate. And we saw that through the graphs that we drew in this activity. For part B, when, as we saw on the graphs as well, when nobody's hand was interacting with the cart's motion would move at a steady pace and it would be almost at a constant speed that would maybe slightly decrease a little bit, but basically the speed stayed about the same. For summary question number 2, I wasn't able to put it on this specific graph because I put my answers originally on a separate sheet of paper, but the graph that I drew looked a little bit like this. And it was basically, it would go up and then it would be constant a little bit and slowly go back down. As we observed earlier in the activity, that's how the graphs were looking. For section 3, between the two people's statements, I agreed with Daryl personally because with everything that we did see throughout this activity, once the hand came in contact with the cart, the speed would increase, and then once the hand was removed, the cart would stay at a steady pace, going just along the route that it was in. For B, I think the speed stopped increasing when the hand was removed because at that point, all the force from the hand was transferred into the cart, causing it to, when the hand was on the cart, it was giving it the force to speed up. And then once the hand was moved, all the force was given to the cart, so it gave the cart the force to be able to go at a constant rate. And when the hand grabbed the cart, because of the force from the hand grabbing, it brought the cart to a stop. I wasn't able to really put the graphs themselves on here, this section right here, for 4, but if you look back at the graphs that we observed in the concept section that the teacher set up for us, over here, I drew my graphs very similar to these. So when I had to place my X's, for this one, I placed it about here is where the hand first came in contact, and about here. And for this one, I put it here, here, and about here, because it increased just a little bit over here. As far as the gentle backwards push, I put my X here and here because it was hit, then the object moved, then it was hit again here, and then hit again right here. These are where I put my X's for this graph. And the last graph, I put X's here, 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 and right here. And I put the X's at these points that I just showed you because as we see from these graphs, that when the carts speed up, the carts speed up instantly when it came in contact with another object. When the cart did not come in contact with a hand, it moved at a constant speed, as we have witnessed throughout this activity. So that is it for the summary questions for Activity 1. Thank you very much.